Virgo, it's Marina from the Butterfly Effect. This is your reading for August 2020. It is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I can be addressing you directly, or I could be speaking to the person you're thinking of when you listen to this reading. Your energy is coming through as the Knight of Swords in reverse. I am, in my opinion, reading for a masculine here, so yeah, you might need to switch it for that reason. Now, this is really comforting, because when I got onto the read, it is a hugely stagnated energy read, and we do have the Eclipse Mermaid, a powerful energy shift, and the Angel of Alchemy Miracle. And at the base of the deck I've got the Magician, and I've got Nellis the Alchemist, who's like my female magician in my fairy deck, and the Queen of Swords. It does feel like there is going to be a shift. It's absolutely not coming through in this reading, I have to say. There is almost a choice being made by this individual not to make any changes in their life, albeit it's, it's just unwisdom is the word I'm getting. And the external party that they're dealing with has pretty much given up in this situation. They don't feel that there's magic here. They don't trust that it's going to come good. They are quite stung by the situation. They are almost resentful, disappointed. And I got back to black. You go back to her and I go back to black. So there may be a third party situation involved here. If it is, it's pretty much on the down low. Because in the past energy for this Virgo, I have the High Priestess and the Four of Wands in reverse here, and it's like the home situation for this Virgo has been kept quiet. They may have their actual home setup even. I mean, it's unstable with the Four of Wands being in reverse. There may have been a broken relationship here, but it's possible that they even were still living with the person that they had split up from. But ultimately, there is something in their past which is attempting to leave their life now that has made them feel unstable emotionally. And it's sort of been kept a secret. It's almost like their past life, their history is a bit of a mystery. Their history is a bit of a mystery. Okay, so this is who I'm reading for. I've got the Knight of Swords in reverse with He of the Fiery Sword in reverse. So, I mean, it is usually Gemini, but Gemini and Virgo both ruled by Mercury, so they're quite similar energies. And ultimately, with this combination, this is somebody who is not moving at all. The energy that they've come through with is the Vulture Spirit in reverse and the Stag Spirit in reverse. Take the lead in reverse, and nothing is wasted in reverse. All this absolutely chimes out. I even got bong 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 when I got to the subconscious, that this is someone who is lacking inspiration, who is not moving with the times, almost, who's refusing to take control of their own lives, who is feeling that everything is a bit not worth it. They're almost lackadaisical, they're out of ideas, they don't really know where to go with their life, they've lost direction. And with the Vulture, this is someone who wants to run away from their past, who wants to actually deny it even took place. They want to deny any mistakes. They want to disown whatever has caused them disappointment or shame or embarrassment. They just want it to be brushed under the carpet. And ultimately, it's clearly not happening because it can't. But until they address that, this is going to be pretty much their lives. And I did get... Once I Was 7 Years Old. The song will be below. Please do listen. I've also got Babylon. All the lights are changing green to red. And it's clear to me I've been blind, I've been a fool. Opened up my heart to all that jealousy, fear and ridicule. This is someone who's kind of just cruised through life. And I think they've taken maybe direction from elders, what their mothers told them to do, what their fathers told them to do. I don't really think they've questioned a great deal, even if it didn't sit comfortably with them. They've never really seemed to have the tenacity or the will to do things the way they would like them to be done. It's almost like they haven't really fully formed their own opinions, or if they have, they don't have the strength to push them through. A lack of action in the absolute main, even if they have really clear ideas, they have no impetus to act upon them, and their decision making is probably poor, and that's what they like to avoid, because they're either not comfortable leading in a situation, or they don't actually engender any trust in those that they would like to lead. So I mean, it's just enormously stagnant. Whether they know they do this or not, I would say they don't, but when you get to the subconscious, there is an absolute realization that this is why their life is this way, but yet again, I'm not convinced they have the ability to do anything about it. In their obstacle position, the block, Virgo, the 3 of Pentacles and the 4 of Wands. So that's 2 4 of Wands come up in this reading already, one in their past and one in their obstacle. So it's still there, this secret, you know, relationship, broken family, whatever it may be. It's something that I don't think they're properly addressing. And the block is literally working with others, creating harmony, healthy relations, a stable home, because again, there's just zero action. There's just avoidance. Geo the Slow in reverse with the 7 of Swords in reverse. Avoidance. And Geo the Slow doesn't do anything. He's not slow. He's not patient. He literally is, you know, immobile. He takes no action whatsoever. He doesn't just sit back. He literally is horizontal, you know. He would sit and watch the telly for 3 hours rather than go up and get the doofer. That's who that is. I mean, he might have a really active mind. The Knight of Swords usually does, but he has no control over it. And there's just no follow through anywhere. Avoidance. The 7 of Swords being in reverse is usually, to me, it's always someone getting caught. Whether they're, you know, being caught doing something by someone else, not really getting that. I almost feel they're like, you know, maybe trying to make things right in a situation, but not really knowing how. But it's not, I really don't think it's not that they're not aware. Which is half the battle, you know. Once you're aware, it doesn't mean that you're able to fix stuff just because you know what your problems are. Quite the opposite. That's where it's the hard work really begins. But as I say, in their subconscious, there is a real realization as to, you know, where they're at and why things, you know, pan out the way they do. And I did get bong, bong, bong on this. I don't know what it is about time. I mean, 2020 is going to be a massive year. There's no two ways about it. Once I really do think, I mean, this is August. Once we get to September and we're sort of hitting the same energy we were in March, or back even into December last year, it's like, it's, you know, choose your path, because that might be it, kind of. Singing of Transfiguration with the Sage in reverse here. This is someone who is getting some clarity on why they're not transforming, why things aren't going their way. This is someone who's been very afraid. I've been afraid. They're excessively critical. They can be cold, uncaring, cynical, self-destructive, but they distort facts for selfish purposes. They use information against others. Not really getting that. I honestly do feel that this person has purposely kept themselves blind and asleep. But it's right there in the subconscious, and it is ultimately what's driving everything else in the reading. This, so they do see it. Whether they're acknowledging it or whether they have the ability to do anything about it is another matter. Because it says this is a conscious decision here. This is the mental headspace, the crowning card. So the Magician's here. I've got him at the base of the deck. This is having all the tools to do what you need to do, and then choosing not to, with the Eight of Wands in reverse. So the Eight of Wands in this particular deck to me is about is lack of travel, it's lack of movement again, it's a lack of communication, and that's a choice. It's not being thwarted, it is literally a choice. Three of Cups in reverse. To not reconcile with someone, to you know, a 3-3-3 again. This can be gossip. I just see it's someone who is choosing almost not to have any fun. I mean, it can be choosing to have too much fun. There's no fun here. It is a choice. I mean, you know, they could be like, you know, doing the work here. In which case, you know, that's obviously very time consuming and they won't have time to, you know, do any fun stuff. That you know, that's we can hope. But it is really frustrating. This whole reading is very frustrating. In their immediate future, we have got the Emperor with the Oakman, and I have got Temperance in reverse here with the Fairy who was kissed by the Pixies. So with this combination, there is a love interest here, basically, with the Fairy who was kissed by the Pixies, I would imagine. You know, she's really delightful. She's all about love. Love given, love received, metaphorical open heart surgery. She's just fantastic. But this very person is making this Emperor here, who is my Knight of Swords in reverse, feel emotionally imbalanced, and really down in the dumps. But the Emperor, you know, it has all, you know, he rules the kingdom. He is law and order. He's a boss man. But with the Oakman here, this is someone who is looking into the heart of the matter, who is looking and trying to learn from the past and is deliberating the situation. I may just be looking at this love interest that, I mean, I don't know if it's the one that he's actually in a household with, or it's someone else. But it's, I think he's just trying to get himself straight here. He's trying to get himself straight here. He's trying to get control of his own emotions. And, you know, he is doing the work. This is someone who's literally sick about communicating. With the Page of Swords and the Nine of Swords. But it's also, I kind of feel that they don't really like the information they're receiving. Giving them nightmares. I'm gone. I just want to see who's in the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords. Yeah, no, I was just double checking. I did wonder if it was the female counterpart with Temperance in reverse from my Emperor. Yeah. Oh my God. Okay. Externally, this is what's going on. This is like It's really trying hard to resolve the situation, but it's a complete paradox to this person. With the Five of Swords here, this is usually my bully card. I don't know if this is a different energy that he's interacting with, but this is an unfair fight. This is David and Goliath here. I don't know specifically what he's battling. It may literally be himself, but there's no harmony here. This is like, yeah. It's how do I fix it? I don't know how to fix it. I don't know how to fix it. What do I need to change? What disguise do I need to use now? What story do I need to create to fix this? I want to fix this. This is somebody who's really, really confused. And how they are being viewed by those closest to them. I've been viewed as somebody who can't let go of something. They may be really, really stuck in a depression here with the Star card in reverse. To me, that's it can also be arrogance, but I really do feel that it's just somebody who's not able to move on or let something go. And the reason they can't let it go is because it's not been finished properly. That's basically it. They haven't acted honourably in a situation. They have been avoidant. They have been in denial. They are trying to ignore the truth of the situation. And it will not let them go until they've handled it honourably. The Knight of Swords in reverse is dishonourable. He leaves the dead on the battlefield. He's aggressive and he's a bully and he's argumentative. And yet he's not done the honourable thing, and that's why this person is stuck. Until they address it in whatever way that means, in whatever situation that applies to, it's going to linger. Because there were hopes and wishes here. And they just can't let them go. They've been dishonest. With the honesty card in reverse, either with someone else or with themselves, probably both. And it involves probably the feminine here, she the Kruag. They haven't been receptive, haven't been nurturing, haven't been kind, haven't been truthful, haven't taken control of the situation, have been a bit twisted, have been controlling. And it's just blown up. It's just disintegrated. Whatever master messed up plan they had, I don't even think they had one. It feels like from a ball bearing bouncing around a pinball machine. That's what it feels like. There's not been any long game here. And I do think that's why the vulture spirit's coming through. They are actually embarrassed, I think, by their own behaviour. And yet they still have to address it because it's not going to go away. In their hopes is the Queen of Pentacles with the undressing the salad here. So hoping to fix this situation, which doesn't even appear to be fixable, but they do hope to fix it with this Queen of Pentacles, who is obviously quite stable. The Queen of Pentacles, she's just one notch down from the Empress here. But I mean, man, she's pissed. She's got the wasp spirit here. She's already been stung, whether it be through disappointment or whatever. It feels the magic is gone here, that things a bit, you know, twisted and warped. But I mean, that's her choice whether she chooses to hang on to that sting. You know, her pain will subside if she stops telling the story about how much it hurt. It's already been done. So it's now, if it was a struggle before, it's now an uphill struggle with an increased incline. Because she's pissed. And that seems almost impossible to fix, and yet that is a hope. And bizarrely, what is a fear? The Ten of Cups. So either someone is fearing their own emotional contentment, fearing marriage, or fearing that they, you know, I don't know if they're already in a marriage, but the feline here, the feline is super critical. There may be fearing being criticised for their behaviour. So although it seems impossible to get it back on track, they'd like to get it back on track. But then it might be a case, is it going to be cast up to me for the rest of my natural? You know, because, you know, if it's like, you know, new fresh love and it's all gone horribly wrong, you've smashed your lovely china teacup there. I mean, you can glue it and, you know, scrub it down. But every time you pick it up, you don't know if it's actually going to completely fall apart. You know, the damage has been done. It's been spoiled. That original love and trust has been spoiled. And it really is a case of, is it always going to be thrown in my face what I did, how I caused you pain, how I disappointed you? That's the fear. They hope to fix it, but they don't want that for the rest of their life. So the probable outcome, bear in mind, it is a probable outcome, and you ultimately do have free will. We have got the Lovers in reverse and Elbe in the Retriever. So this is making a decision with regards to a love relationship, and it's usually not to go back. Big surprise. But and choosing something new. But I've got to tell you, Virgo, with Lascuna in reverse, this is literally going straight into a do-over. Because Lascuna in reverse means the self-evaluation hasn't been done. The work hasn't been done. The shadow work hasn't been done. Everything that's going on in here with the bong, bong, bong has been ignored. So you're just going to fly headlong, footloose, fancy free, airheaded, you know, with a skinful in you into another complete disaster. So, and yet I do have a feeling there's like a powerful shift coming in here. So I've got Nellis and the Magician, and these are both my magicians, my male and female magicians. I kind of get a feeling that there's something I'm not even being shown here. It feels like, you know, there's a real curveball coming in, because these are both really big energies. It's literally a miracle, the Angel of Alchemy. Back to black. That's what I got on that. She goes back to him and I go back to black. And yet with the Angel of Alchemy is really when we are at our lowest, that something really incredible comes our way. And it just shifts everything. Okay, I'm going to take you some advice, Virgo, for August. Please like, subscribe. If you'd like a personal, all my information is below, along with Reiki, Distant Reiki, and what it means. Advice for Virgo, August 2020. Advice for Virgo, please, Spirit. Advice for Virgo, August 2020. Release the old and rest. So autumn is a timeline indicator. And Mother Earth, feel loved and comforted. You know what is heavy or what is holding you back? Is it a person, a situation, a dream? Like the trees letting go of their leaves and fruit in the autumn, it's time to let it go. When you hold on, you try to control reality, and that never works. When you let go, you make space for the new to enter your life. You are being guided by your angels and nature herself to release what is stopping you from moving forward, and you can do this. And with Mother Earth, one of these days I'll actually go to the index. What are you doing here?
I'm busy.
You may have felt overwhelmed or out of control emotionally recently, but you are now moving back to your natural center, and that will bring you to a place of clarity and openness. If you have felt ungrounded, know that Mother Earth is here to root you and help you regain your sense of strength. You may not feel like a child, but in the eyes of the divine, you are a child of light, and it's important to know that and feel loved. If you have had challenges with your mother or with being a mother yourself, know that the energies of mother healing are with you to help clear any ancestral blockages that are preventing you from making this sacred love connection. You're being guided to make choices that are based in love. I mean, I love my angels and ancestor cards, but I've just felt recently they're not really like, they are lovely. I felt the black some sort of practical advice, do you know what I mean? So advice for the Virgo I'm reading for, please. Show me Mother Earth for the advice for the Virgo I'm reading for. Mother Earth. Advice for Virgo, Mother Earth. What advice can offer Virgo in their current situation? Gosh almighty, it's kind of sideways. Oh man, you're not ready to do anything. It's about trying to bring things back into balance. I don't know if you've got two children here. Page of Pentacles and the Page of Fire in reverse. That's interesting. I didn't really see much about a mother, did I? And I'm reading for masculine. Oh my lord, another page. What on earth? You got like 3 nightmare kids? I don't know. Okay. I really don't think that this is the person I'm reading for. But there's someone here who's dealing with 3 kids. Or they're dealing with, and they're just trying to balance things out between them. You know? Don't really see how that's helpful. It's saying that you're not in a position to offer anything, really, Virgo. You're not in a position to offer anything, however small, because you're in the swords. You're feeling trapped, stuck. This is my card, damned the devil, damned if you do and damned if you don't. There's honestly no easy way out of your situation. There is someone that is going to get pissed off in the situation. It's either the 3 Furies or it's Apollo. And you do have Apollo down here in the 5 of Swords. This is the bully. It feels like you've been asked to do something that's unreasonable. You may even be asked to give up something that was, you know, something you really wanted, and it doesn't seem fair. But there is a decision being made here with the 2 of Wands in reverse. Secrets coming out, and it's about this 4 of Wands in reverse. So this is addressing your fears. Oh, lovely. Emperor. Here he is here. I mean, if this is not the Virgo I'm reading for, this is a father figure here. But this is taking control of a situation. This is addressing your fears and your confusion and making a decision. This does seem to be autumn. In the meantime, I'm not entirely sure, but this is father, this is mother, so there may be that in the mix here. And there's at least 3 kids here. And it's trying to divvy things up between them and make things fair. Okay, that sort of went off on a completely different track to the main reading, but nonetheless, it might be useful advice for someone out there. Virgo, that is your reading. Please like, subscribe, look after yourselves, and I'll talk to you soon.